Hello lovely viewers, and welcome to my The Bold and the Beautiful News official YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. Stop everything you're doing and take a seat, because what just happened on The Bold and the Beautiful will go down in soap history as the single most explosive revelation the show has ever delivered. Just when fans thought they'd seen it all, cheating scandals, back from the dead returns, paternity twists, Eric Forrester stepped into the biggest wedding of the decade and dropped a bombshell so devastating, it tore apart an entire family in seconds. Right as Ridge was about to say I do to Taylor Hayes, again, Eric stood up and shouted, "Stop. Before you marry her, you need to know, Steffi isn't your daughter." Yes. You read that right. Steffi Forrester is not Ridge Forrester's biological child. The wedding guests gasped. Brooke clutched her pearls. Taylor almost fainted. And Steffi? She screamed. What happened next was an hour of raw emotion, shocking flashbacks, DNA results, old secrets resurfacing, and one unholy truth that rocked the entire Forrester family to its very core. We're talking betrayal, revenge, heartbreak, fainting, slapping, disowning, running, collapsing, and ultimately the destruction of the very legacy that the Forresters spent decades building. The wedding setup, a day that was meant to unite. The Forrester mansion was glittering with white roses, candles, and champagne towers. Ridge and Taylor had called in the finest designers to create a picture-perfect ceremony. Brooke, heartbroken but supportive, attended with Hope and Liam. Steffi was radiant in a shimmering silver gown, standing proudly by her mother's side. But behind the flawless facade, Eric was boiling. Eric's guilt festers, flashbacks from 1999. Eric had been acting strange for weeks. Quiet. Distant. Staring off into space during family dinners. Flashbacks revealed a long-buried secret from the late 1990s when Taylor briefly left LA and reconnected with Massimo Marone. Yes, the same man revealed to be Ridge's biological father years ago, and the same man who had a one-night tryst with Taylor while she was still involved with Ridge. According to Eric, Taylor begged him to keep quiet back then. But now, he couldn't anymore. The moment he interrupted. Just as Ridge was about to say I do, Eric slowly rose to his feet. His voice cracked. All eyes turned to the Forrester patriarch as he delivered the line that will live in bold and beautiful infamy. Before this goes any further, Ridge, you deserve to know that Steffi isn't your daughter. Gasps. Cries. Steffi's bouquet hit the ground. Pandemonium, everyone loses it. Ridge, frozen. Taylor, pale. Steffi, what are you talking about? Brooke tried to shield Hope. Liam looked like he might faint. And Finn? Oh, Finn stepped forward immediately to hold Steffi, but even he couldn't stop what was coming next. Eric pulled out a DNA report. Years ago, I found out the truth. I had it confirmed last month, Steffi's biological father is Massimo Marone. I kept it secret because Taylor begged me to. But now, I can't let you marry under a lie. Taylor's meltdown, I was trying to protect you. Taylor broke down, sobbing as Ridge stared at her with tears of betrayal in his eyes. You always knew, didn't you? I did it for Steffi. No. You did it to control me, Ridge snapped. Steffi yelled, you lied to me my entire life? Taylor collapsed. Literally. EMTs were called. Brooke's reaction, victory or vindication? Brooke whispered to Hope. He never should have left me. And now he knows it. But even Brooke's satisfaction quickly turned to horror as Ridge ran off, not to Taylor, not to Brooke, but to the cliffs above the beach house. Steffi's identity crisis. Back at the mansion, Steffi locked herself in the bedroom. Finn tried to calm her. She screamed, ripped off her jewelry, and threw a vase. Who am I? Who is my real father? Meanwhile, Thomas stood in stunned silence, until Eric turned to him and said, you are Ridge's son. That test was done twice. You're not part of this. But Steffi, she's not. The Massimo connection, digging into the past. As Ridge vanished, Hope and Carter unearthed old Marone files in the Forrester archives. A marriage license. Letters. Pictures of Taylor and Massimo together in Monte Carlo. Even worse? Taylor might have married Massimo in secret, while pregnant. Lee's shock, and Finn's decision. Lee Finnegan appeared unannounced at the Forrester mansion to comfort Finn, but she also had a bombshell of her own. I always wondered why Steffi reminded me of Massimo. They knew each other well back in the day. What does Lee know? Finn now has to decide, can he stay with Steffi after everything? The aftermath, Ridge makes a choice. Ridge finally returned, but he didn't come home. Instead, he walked straight into Brooke's house. You always told me the truth, he said. And you never believed me until it was too late, Brooke replied. I'm done chasing lies. He kissed her. Taylor checks into clinic. With her world crashing down, Taylor checked into a mental health clinic. Ridge refused to visit. Steffi was denied access. Only Thomas went to see her, and he wasn't gentle. You ruined everything. Eric's final confession. Eric confessed on live TV, during a Forrester press conference, that he covered up Steffi's paternity to protect the brand and family legacy. The fallout? International media frenzy. Investors pulling out. Forrester creations on the brink. The brawl, Liam versus Finn. At Il Giardino, tensions boiled over. Liam told Finn he was using Steffi's vulnerability to manipulate her. Finn punched him. Tables flew. Sheila showed up. Deacon had to break it up. Steffi runs, and disappears. 1 week later, Steffi vanished. Her phone, off. Her apartment, empty. Her last text to Finn. I need to find out who I am, without any of you. The final scene, Steffi meets Massimo. In a coastal villa in Italy, a woman walks down a garden path. An older man turns around. Hello. Steffi. Are you really, my father? Yes. Fade to black. End of episode. End of legacy? Maybe. Wrap up, what's next for Bold and the Beautiful? Fans are shook. Steffi's no longer a Forrester by blood. Ridge is emotionally destroyed. Taylor is institutionalized. Brooke is back on top. Eric might go to jail. And Massimo? He might be returning as a regular character. Could Steffi fall in love with her half-brother? Could Hope and Steffi switch places in the company? Could Sheila use this chaos to gain custody of Hayes? Bold and the Beautiful 2-week spoilers for June 30th to July 11th, 2025. See Luna Nozawa is at her end. It's the last stage. We're going to see how she exits. Dead or alive, we'll see. And we've got agonized Brooke Logan moving on. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Ridge must face Brooke real hot. If you've not seen Monday's occasion, June 30th, just real hot, Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes talked about their engagement, which the offer surprised him, but he's all in. Ridge does admit he no way let Brooke suppose they'd reunite, but he also didn't crush her expedience either, so he's got to go take care of that. Eric Forrester shows up and gives his blessing after a moment's vacillation to the happy couple, Ridge and Taylor. Ridge goes to tell Brooke he's engaged to Taylor. Of course, she formerly knows from Nick Marone. And Brooke says she thinks Ridge would have no way proposed to Taylor and tells him to undo it. Brooke says that Ridge only said yes to the offer out of guilt, but he shuts all that down. Says he and Brooke are done ever and he's moving forward. Taylor's his future. And also Ridge walks out on Brooke. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Luna's fate and Will's close call. Everybody watches the surveillance camera. They're spooked. Luna's going to shoot Will Spencer. Luna's raving about him being out to get her like everybody differently. Will looks really spooked and she says she's going to make everybody pay, but also he tells Will to go and he scampers out spooked. Will goes back to Malibu, comforts Electra Forrester. Everybody talks about Luna being out to get Steffi Forrester. Ben's hoping the Bobbies will find his son. Will tells Elektra he's sorry he'd to kiss Luna. She was icked out, but Elektra's just glad he's safe. Bold and the beautiful spoilers. Luna cries to Sheila. Luna runs to Grandma Sheila Carter and gashes after covenanting to make Steffi pay. And that's on camera as well. So Luna tells Sheila Will was setting her up just to shoot her back to captivity. And Sheila says that Bill Spencer did commodity like that to her and Spencer's can't be trusted. Sheila does advise Luna again to stop condemning everything on Steffi. Sheila thinks the Bobbies taping her is a bigger issue. Luna thinks it's ruse and says Steffi has no idea what a trouble she really can be. Sheila doesn't like any of this. Taylor goes to see Steffi, who fills her in about the surveillance alone trouble. And also Taylor says she and Ridge are engaged and Steffi flips out, but in a happy way. Tuesday, July 1st. Steffi's Enterprises and Brooke's rebound romance each right. Tuesday, July 1st. We've got Steffi feeling like this problem with Luna is overshadowing Ridge and Taylor's engagement. She doesn't want that. She wants her parents to be blissfully happy as they plan their marriage. But of course, they're going to be scarified for Steffi. Brooke has further scenes with Nick this week and she's presumably going to vault headfirst into that answer love since Ridge shut her down formally and for all. So, everybody's trying to track Luna down, but the police aren't doing veritably well because she heads down the road from Steffi's house and goes to Hayes Forrester Finnegan's art school. However, the schoolteacher invited Luna to come educate origami to Hayes and the other kiddies, if you flash back. So, she has no idea that Luna is related to Hayes or is any kind of nutter. She's fully in the dark. She wouldn't be for long, however. Wednesday, July 2nd. A stunned response at Hayes Art School. On Wednesday, July 2nd, Taylor and Steffi are stunned by what Hayes brings home from Academy. Perhaps it's an origami from Luna. Perhaps he's going to say that he met his family and she tutored them how to make the paper art. So, we'll see if they're stupefied and pleased or stupefied and terrified, because effects surely take a shift with that latterly this week. Thursday, July 3rd. Liam's cancer battle and Sheila's change of heart. On Thursday, July 3rd, Grace Buckingham talks about what's going on with Liam Spencer and his cancer and the brain excrescence and his prognostic with Dr. Finn. And Liam is going to get bad news from Grace on Thursday. Probably she's telling Liam that his time is running out. So flashback. A while back, Grace mentioned treatment options that Liam could have to ease his pain and protract the limited quantum of time he has left, and also Bold and the Beautiful suddenly dropped Liam's plot and has been spending time on Ridge and on Luna, and they're picking it up way late in my opinion without ever telling us if Liam took Grace up on the offer. We've seen him taking some capsules, but we haven't seen really any of those dire side goods they were talking about. So, this is a huge question mark. Another medical plot poorly done. So, on Thursday, Sheila freaks out because she realizes what Luna's wind-up plan is to really hurt Steffi, whom she blames for everything wrong in her life. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers Sheila in a fear. Sheila is upset that Luna is actually going to kill Steffi. She does have a gun. She was taking Filmland of shooting her in the head. So Sheila's eventually gotten to the point where she realizes her granddaughter Luna is beyond redemption. Sheila tells Deacon Sharp that some people earn life in captivity and she thinks that's where Luna belongs. She doesn't want her to end up, death by Bobby. If she's plugged down while trying to hurt Steffi. And Sheila surely doesn't want Steffi hurt. So this is kind of a ocean change in Sheila's opinion about Luna. She sees there's nothing reparable there. So, she just wants Luna back in captivity to cover not only her but everybody differently. So, Sheila is going to be an veritably important factor in the Luna plot resolution. Over at Hayes Academy on Thursday, Luna forces the nice little art school teacher to bait Steffi over to the academy. And she's going to arrive and is absolutely horror-struck to see Luna is there and that she has tied up, bound, and gagged Hayes' sweet little art school teacher. Steffi knows firsthand what a dangerous sickie her stepdaughter is. So, I'm laying that Steffi worries Luna may actually kill her and the schoolteacher before she goes on the run because Luna's in her green and black leather I'm going to kill Steffi outfit. Friday, July 4th. Hope and Liam's sincere discussion and Steffi's pitfall. On Friday, July 4th, it's supposed to be a new occasion. Still, don't count out them doing a last nanosecond preemption. However, be sure and cancel the rehearsal off your DVR, or differently your Monday occasion won't wrap duly. If they do, however, we're going to have Hope Logan talking with Liam, if the new occasion does indeed air. He's showing her a bottle of drug from Grace and talking about wanting to get as important time as he can. So hopefully we'll find out if Liam has been getting these cancer treatments and they didn't bother to tell us, or if he has eventually decided to pursue the cancer treatments. Bold and the beautiful spoilers: Liam's cancer treatment and Steffi's life at threat. If Liam sat on his backside all this time pondering whether he should do cancer treatment, I'm going to be really bothered. I've had people in my family that have had cancer. You guys presumably have, too. And you know, the longer you stay to start treatment, the lower chance it's going to be effective. And if that's what B did, also that detainment's absolute gibberish. I mean, indeed Liam isn't that stupid. The pens, however, that's another matter. So, Steffi fears her life is in peril on Friday, and yeah, it is, because Luna's crazy and has a gun and is right there in her face. Ridge assures Hope and Liam that the police are hunting Luna down. And Sheila heads over to the Malibu house and shakes some information, not literally, out of Taylor. So, she's trying to get Taylor to tell her where Steffi is because Sheila knows what Luna's windup is. So, Sheila's going to go rushing over to the academy. Bold and the beautiful spoilers: Sheila to the deliverance now. The big question is whether that happens on Friday or if it carries over onto Monday, because we had that appropriation last week. Everything has been pushed out a day. So, it might be Monday, July 11th, when we've Sheila busting into the little art academy. She's fully frightened by what she sees, which should be Luna holding the gun on Steffi. So Sheila is going to try to stop Luna, and she may be the bone who actually ends her. I would not be completely surprised if this storyline ends with Sheila designedly or unintentionally killing Luna to save Steffi. Liam has to make a big decision about his healthcare extremity. Bold and the beautiful spoilers: Bridget Forrester resurfaces. Bridget Forrester is back for the Liam plot. Bridget was supposed to be back on July 7th, but with that appropriation, I'm allowing it's going to be pushed to July 8th because of that detention. And we're going to continue to see further of Grace Buckingham as Liam's cancer storyline heats up and takes up the whole frontal burner, while Luna's storyline ends with Lisa Yamada's exit, whether it's in bind or a body bag. And we're going to see Nick and Brooke on the frontal burner as well. The end begins, Monday, June 30th. It's the quiet before the storm as Ridge Forrester tells Brooke Logan that his heart now belongs to Taylor Hayes. Brooke already knows about the engagement from Nick Marone, but that doesn't stop her from demanding answers. Brooke begs Ridge to reconsider. She says he's acting out of guilt, not love. But Ridge is unwavering. It's over, Logan. Taylor is my future. Back at the Forrester mansion, Eric Forrester gives a reluctant blessing to the Ridge-Taylor reunion. But is Eric hiding something? Meanwhile, Luna is unraveling. The security footage of her threatening Will Spencer surfaces, and it's enough to send shockwaves through both the Spencer and Forrester families. Luna screams that she's been set up by Will and vows to make Steffi Forrester pay for stealing her life. As the walls close in, Luna runs crying into the arms of her only ally left, Grandma Sheila Carter. But Sheila is alarmed. Luna's rants are getting darker. Photos of Steffi with bullet holes through her head? A gun tucked under Luna's pillow? Even Sheila Carter, starts thinking her granddaughter has gone too far. Conflicts collide, Tuesday, July 1st. The drama explodes as Steffi shares news of her parents' engagement with her mother, only to realize that Luna's vendetta could ruin everything. She wants happiness for Ridge and Taylor, but fear grips her heart. Meanwhile, Brooke tries to drown her sorrow with the most dangerous rebound possible, Nick Marone. Their flirtation heats up as Brooke leans in for a passionate kiss. Could Nick be Brooke's next forever, or just another colossal mistake? But the real ticking time bomb is Luna. While everyone's scrambling to track her down, she calmly walks into Hayes Finnegan's summer art school, where a clueless teacher welcomes her in to teach origami. Luna's smile is sweet, but her eyes? Pure darkness. What is her endgame? A message from Hayes, Wednesday, July 2nd. Hayes returns home holding a piece of paper. It's folded into an origami swan, crafted by Luna. But it's what's written inside that sends chills down Taylor and Steffi's spines. I met my sister today. She's the one who made this. Stunned doesn't begin to describe their reaction. Taylor tries to stay calm, but Steffi grabs her phone and dials Finn, demanding extra protection. But Luna is already 10 steps ahead. Dark Medicine and Deadly Intent, Thursday, July 3rd. Dr. Grace Buckingham meets with Liam Spencer and delivers crushing news: his treatment hasn't worked. His time may be almost up. This brings Liam back into emotional orbit with Hope Logan, who's fighting her own heartbreak after being left out of Ridge's wedding decisions entirely. Meanwhile, Sheila is panicking. She tells Deacon Sharp she fears Luna will go through with her twisted revenge. Sheila now believes Luna belongs in prison, not in her Malibu beach house. She says if I don't stop her, she'll end Steffi. And herself. But it's too late. At Hayes' school, Luna ties up the sweet art teacher and forces her to lure Steffi there. Steffi walks in, and comes face to face with a gun-wielding Luna, dressed in a leather green and black outfit, ready for blood. July 4th massacre? Friday, July 4th. It's Independence Day, but for the Forresters, it's anything but a celebration. Hope sits with Liam as he reflects on his cancer, holding the bottle of medication from Grace. I just want more time, he whispers, tearfully. Back at the school, Steffi is frozen in place as Luna waves a gun and accuses her of stealing everything. The teacher lies bound in the corner, whimpering. But someone is coming. Someone unexpected. Sheila Carter. The spoilers say Sheila will bust in, possibly Friday, possibly Monday if the episode is preempted, and finds Luna mid-breakdown. Will she shoot Luna? Wrestle the gun away? Or is Sheila herself in danger? Brooke's rebound, Bridget's return, and the end of Luna, July 7th to 11th. As the new week begins, the fallout is massive. Brooke and Nick are front and center. Brooke tells him, I can't sit around crying over Ridge anymore. But can Nick really be trusted? Bridget Forrester returns and joins Grace in fighting for Liam's life. The Logan family rallies. Will Spencer continues dealing with the trauma of Luna's attack. Electra comforts him, but deep down, she wonders, why did Will kiss Luna at all? And then there's Luna. Her story ends. Will it be in a straitjacket? A body bag? Will Sheila take the gun from her, or fire it? Will Luna hurt Steffi before anyone can stop her? All signs point to Lisa Yamada's exit from BMB, marking the end of Luna's wild, tragic journey. The aftermath. If Luna dies, Sheila may be arrested again, or heralded as a hero. If Luna lives, she will likely never be the same. Either way, Steffi will carry the trauma forever. And as Ridge and Taylor move forward with their wedding, Brooke faces the reality: Ridge is gone. Liam may be dying. Her daughter Hope is shattered. But Brooke is not the kind of woman to stay broken for long. Looking ahead. July 14th to 25th spoilers tease. Brooke planning something unexpected for herself and her family. Steffi's trauma causing a rift between her and Finn. Liam making a shocking decision about his legacy. Sheila dealing with the consequences of her actions. The next big twist at Forrester Creations as Zend and Daphne stir up drama. 2 weeks that shattered everything. Between June 30th and July 11th, The Bold and the Beautiful delivered the most jaw-dropping, heart-pounding, and emotionally devastating episodes of 2025. Luna's final days will go down in B&B history. Brooke's heartbreak could launch a whole new era. Liam's fate remains unknown. Sheila Carter might go from villain to savior. And Ridge? He has no idea that his happy ending with Taylor might be doomed by the past he just tried to leave behind.